Hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Kyla, and in this video we are going to be going over my January TBR as well as my reading goals and intentions for the year. I only have a few reading goals and intentions because I really do like to keep things simple, but I still wanted to share them with you. I will have everything timestamped in the description, so if you only want to see certain portions of this video, you can go ahead and find where that is and skip ahead, and let's just go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with the goals and intentions. That way we can kind of set the groundwork so you can see where I'm at, where my head's at for the year. And my first one is to read 120 books this year. That is a lot for me. I ended last year at 71 books, I believe, and that had been my highest reading year to date. So 120 is definitely a push goal, but I still wanted to set it because I definitely think that I can hit that. And even if I don't, even if I only read 100 books, I will still be happy with that. But I like a goal that's going to push me outside of my comfort zone. However, I am keeping that as like a loose number because I don't want to read things for the sake of a number. I want to read things that I enjoy. So we'll just have to see where I land, but I do love a goal that's going to motivate me, and that one is definitely it. My second one is more of an intention, and that's just to read books that are a bit more outside my comfort zone. My wheelhouse is definitely thriller, cozy fantasy, and some slight horror. So I definitely want to grow in those areas. I would definitely like to check out more of, I don't want to say extreme horror, but definitely things that are a bit more scary, and then also dive a bit more into fantasy. I struggle with fantasy because I'm always afraid that I'm not going to understand like the magic system or the world building or what have you, but that's no reason to like completely skip out on it. So I definitely want to get outside my comfort zone, try a few different series this year, and see where we land. Next one is to utilize my library more. I definitely did that this year, and I want to continue to do so, especially with thrillers and horror, because I feel like that genre is so hit or miss. So instead of me wasting my money on a book that I'm not really going to enjoy, I want to utilize my library first for those things, see if I like it. If I fall in love with it, then I will purchase it. So it's a way of saving money while also supporting my local library, because I do think that's extremely important. And I love the library. I love the vibes of the library, so it definitely will help me more too. I work a lot there, so all in all, just come full circle. So definitely want to utilize it more for thrillers, for horror that I'm not sure that I'm going to enjoy, but also just in general. This next one I feel like is everyone's goal every year, but that is to read off of my physical TBR. I mean, it's not as extreme as some people's, thank goodness. I definitely do not have the space for that, and that's definitely a blessing. But I still have a backlog of about 20 books, I believe, that I have in my possession that I have not read yet. So it is my goal to read off my physical TBR, hopefully scratch the entire list, although there is one book that I know that I'm going to procrastinate until the end of time because I have to be in the right headspace for it, and that's A Little Life. So A Little Life might sit on my shelf depending upon where my head's at this year, but the rest of it I definitely would love to tackle and just kind of get those books off my shelf, because I know that my physical TBR is going to forever be growing and forever be something that's there, but I would at least like to cycle them out and not have books sitting on there for years. And my last intention slash goal I kind of already spoke on with the library one, but that's to really only buy books that like really speak to me, not waste my money on thrillers that I'm not sure that I'm gonna like, or series that I'm not even sure I'm gonna like. So either starting with just book one at the library, see where I am with that, and then continue to buy the series, or, you know, utilize the library, fall in love with it, and then buy the book. I know that doesn't work for some people, but I want to really just own books that I truly love, that are like 4 stars and above, or 3.5 stars and above, or books that I just know that I'll talk about a lot, instead of buying books that I'm not sure I'm gonna like and then have them sitting on my shelf because I didn't like them. So I am a firm believer in reselling books or utilizing like the free little libraries and things like that to donate books. I'm definitely all about that, but I'm also about saving money, and I love to save money. So if I can do so by only buying books that I like know in my core I'm going to love, I'm gonna do it. Or at least I'm gonna try. Okay, now that we have those out of the way, let's dive into my January TBR. I do have a few vlogs planned for this month, and one of the ones that I would like to do is just kind of a finishing up series vlog. I really wanted to do this in December, but I just ran out of time. So the first one that I will be reading for that is A Court of Silver Flames. I mean, it's time to finish it out. It's time. I feel like I have been procrastinating it just a wee bit because I don't want it to end, but at the same time, I want to move on to other things. I want to check out other series, but I don't feel like I can do so until I finish this. I'm gonna make this one of the first books that I read this month. It's time. It's just time. It's time. And then also finishing out the Inheritance Game series with the final Gambit. Again, this is one that I just want to like finish. I know I'm going to love it, although I do believe there is another book in this series coming out. I don't know if it's a prequel, if it's a standalone. I know it's around the brothers. I don't know where it sits in the series, but for right now, I would like to finish out the series and dive into other things. I have a few other series along this line that I would like to check out, so I want to finish this out, so we are going to be reading these two for one vlog. And then the next vlog that I would like to do is a horror reading vlog. I have a few options for this, and we would be here forever if I like pulled every single one of them. So the ones that I would like to read first for that vlog is The Hacienda. I have been wanting to read this one for a while, and I've heard nothing but incredible things, so I definitely want to make this like a top priority along with Mexican Gothic. And I just feel like the vibes here very similar, so it would be fun to read them in the same vlog. I've also heard incredible things about this one. I just feel like it's gonna be so fun to read these back to back. So that's my plan for that one. I was also thinking about reading The Winter People by Jennifer McMahon for that vlog. I would get that one from the library, so I don't have it with me. I also have Such Sharp Teeth on my shelf as well, so that one could definitely be included. I don't know, we're gonna see how I feel when the time comes for that vlog, but I definitely think I'm gonna prioritize those two first. And then I was looking at my physical TBR and was like, what off there am I feeling that I want to read this month? And the one that popped out to me the most was The Collective by Allison Galen. I have heard nothing but incredible things about this book. It's just been sitting there and I keep just passing over it, but I definitely think it's time to get to it this month. This one, I believe, is about a group of moms who band together for some revenge. I think it's very dark. From what I've heard, it's very dark, so that sounds very lighthearted and that kind of thing, but I believe this goes into like a very dark turn, so I think that it's time we dabble in it. I match this book right now, so I feel like it's a sign that we finally read The Collective. And then you guys know that I always have to put on a if I have time book, and for me, that is going to be The Cloisters. This one was one of my most anticipated books for the end of the year last year, but I just didn't get around to reading it. This is a dark academia fantasy, which is like, I mean, you put those things together and you basically have my reading taste. I freaking love dark academia. I love fantasy. Put them together, yes please, I'm here for it. So I definitely would like to get to this one as well. I know that Silver Flames is going to take up a lot of my time, so I'm trying to be intentional about my list here. So this truly is a if I have time. If not, it will definitely be on the TBR for February, but I still wanted to include it because it is sitting there. I'm looking at it all the time. I love this cover. I really want to read it, but it's gonna happen when it's meant to happen. And then the last one on my January TBR is the pick for the book troop, which is Gabby Reads Book Club, which I participate in. I read all 12 books last year, which felt like such an accomplishment. I was really proud of that, and that is my goal and my intention for this year as well. And January's pick is Wonderland by Jennifer Hillier. I did read Things We Do in the Dark with the book club last year, and I did not like it. I gave it 2 stars. So this is definitely like a second chance for Jennifer Hillier for me. So we will see. I haven't been able to get my hands on this book though. The paperback copy on Amazon is like $25, and I am not about that. And my library doesn't have it. So I might have to do an ebook at this point. I'm not really sure, but some way, somehow, I'm going to get to this book, and I'm actually really excited. The cover looks really creepy and like ominous with this amusement park, but there's also like a clown happening, and that is like one of my biggest fears on this planet is clowns. I don't like them. I don't like them. I don't like them. So we'll have to see. I probably will get scared of this one, even though it's probably not meant to be that scary. But I'm a baby when it comes to clowns, so we will see. But I'm excited for this one. I did really enjoy her writing. It just was the story of Things We Do in the Dark that I didn't really enjoy, so I'm hopeful for this one, and I'm excited to read it and talk about it with the book club. And that is it for my January TBR and my goals and intentions. I would love to know what your reading goals are for this year and what you plan on reading this month. And if you think I should prioritize some of these over the others, please let me know. I would love your feedback. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe if you are not already. Turn on the bell so you never miss a video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!
With you and I, the future